Easiest tools the enemy has in this world to lower you down into the demonic realm? Schmeth and Schmed.
Oh, so TikTok wants to be like that, huh? They won't let me make myself tiny. Man face, whatever. Here I am. Hi. Let's talk about this. Let me move my gigantic head, though. 4 Thai monks arrested after testing positive for what, Auntie? Oh, you're going to be shocked. But what if I were to tell you I wasn't? Not at all, and I know why. But first, they tested positive for schmethenschmedipine. Yeah, you heard me right. They were all 4 of them tested positive for the old schmeth. To many, that is odd and peculiar, but to me, Auntie, I know why. Don't monks take a vow of silence? Because, y'all, I'm here to tell you, I've never met a quiet tweaker. Oh, no, historically, every tweaker I've known or met, they got a lot to say. They tend to rattle on. How's that vow of silence going, y'all? Those 4 were playing the biggest game of who can be quiet the longest while they're on schmethamphetamine that ever has been played in the history of ever. Anywho, let's talk about it. That face. This is as small as I can get, so hold on. 4 monks in Thailand, whatever, something province, were arrested after testing positive for schmethamphetamine. The group admitted to taking the drug, claiming it was to relieve body aches. Okay. And to celebrate the start of the Buddhist Lent. Is that how that works? I don't know. Asking for a friend. All 4 were immediately defrocked and sent for rehabilitation, yo. Give me that frock. I'll see you in 6 weeks. The incident took place on July 17th when officers in Nam Klang, conducted a drug sweep in response to tip-offs from concerned residents. Oh, they broke that vow of silence 100. Y'all, they were playing Yahtzee all night and the neighbors knew. One of the monks was out fiddling and farting with his car, I'm certain of it, under the hood for hours, days, weeks. Anonymous reports allege that several temples in the area had become hubs of suspicious activity, with young people frequently seen entering and leaving the premises. Well, now, those schmug schmealers are getting younger by the day. I hope that's all that was. Initial urine tests were carried out at 2 temples, with 4 monks testing positive and later confessing to using schmethamphetamine. One of the monks, a man in his 60s, told authorities he had chronic pain that conventional treatments failed to cure. He said that he decided to try schmeth, taking 2 pills as both a pain remedy and to mark the occasion of or Buddhist Lent again. Y'all, I'm here to tell you, as a Presbyterian, we have never done that. Not on purpose and not for Lent. The monks are now being processed for rehabilitation at a hospital as coordinated by the local authorities. I had no idea monks got down like that. No wonder they take a vow of silence. They can't snitch. Who sold you the schmethamphetamine? Can't. Where did you get the pills? In all my 49 years, I'd never. But I'm here to tell you something else. I'm almost 100% certain I know why. Why these monks who are devoted to what they believe in, taking a vow of silence to the extent of their faith, would actually be busted on schmethamphetamine. I know why. No, in fact, I was led to do a video from my father yesterday, but I just didn't. Well, this is my sign. When did we become a society that was okay prescribing schmethamphetamine for things like ADHD? No, specifically more so, and I'm going to say this as somebody who has ADHD myself, when did we become a society that is okay with prescribing schmethamphetamine more so to littles? I'm here to tell you, if that was even a thing when I was little, they would have popped that into my little throat the second I hit that school. Gifted and talented children tend to have ADHD tendencies. Well, because we're bored. We're the ones that will bounce off our chairs and talk throughout class because we have a higher intellect and we are bored. And I know why now. I know why this world has done this, made this a very normal medical cure, especially for children. And I know why those monks used it too. I've already mentioned, and I'm certain, there goes a fly. Y'all know me long enough and well enough to know I am OCD, and I do, yes, in fact, squirrel? What? Yeah, oh, that's right. I have ADHD too. Ask any of my dear friends that have had a phone call conversation with me. Or if you've ever been on the live with me and Jason Q, good luck keeping up, my friends. Ha ha! Pew, pew, pew. It is not a bad thing. Like I said, it is a sign of a genius. They tried putting my youngest son on that in school, and I said, hell no. I will physically fight you before you try to get my child to take that. I have very big conviction and reason for this, but no way, shape, or form are either of my children ever going to be prescribed by a physician, any way, shape, or form, any type of schmedifine. I think by now you know the code. And damn it if I'm not so grateful I made that choice and that call, regardless of their threats. No way, no how, and now I know why. You see, last year, my physician thought maybe it would be a good idea to prescribe something for my ADHD. When I took that test, let's just say I passed with flying colors. You couldn't get more ADHD than your auntie. And so I let her try. I am here to tell you, I know that was all part of the process and the purpose, and for my purpose, part of the process. Because had she not prescribed that, and had I not tried that multiple times, I would not have known the things I need to know now to teach to you. And the reason I know hands down why those monks were taking that. It had nothing to do with pain. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't help pain. God, in fact, it makes it worse. You get all tensed up. I mean, you can only work under a car hood for how many hours before you realize this is not helping with my pain? I'm just kidding. It does not relieve pain. And I cannot imagine on any way, level, shape, or form a church Lent would be celebrated by taking methamphetamine, especially by a monk. But I do know why they took it. I know. I have been trying desperately to explain to you guys how this world really works. The reality that my father has shown to me, that we exist in multiple realms. Hence, the Mandela effect. Hence, when you get into an argument with somebody and they swear they never said something, but you remember it like it was yesterday, and you go back and forth and you both have different memories of the total event, people exist in different realms, in the different heavens. Quantum physics has everything to do with our Father. And now I understand, even as a child, wow, I was obsessed with quantum physics my entire life. In fact, if you guys know, it was maybe a few years ago when Max Laughlin had made the scene when he was a young child explaining how the Mandela effect worked and how CERN had screwed something up with our dimensions and everything was screwed up. He was only about 14 years old. His video made it viral. And somehow someone said, we can't find Max. Where is he at? Well, whoever shared the video originally had put his last name in incorrectly. And I myself personally, I got to speak with Max. I have his phone number. We talked on the phone for hours. He is a brilliant mind. But in my opinion, just my opinion, and I say this with all due respect, and I get it, somebody got a hold of him. But in this journey, the man who actually filmed that video of Max got a hold of me. He was the one that contacted Max for me and got us together. In the meantime, and in the middle of this, he and I started a group Zoom for my followers to be able to join me weekly to talk about, you guessed it, quantum physics. Y'all, I'm fun, I'm quirky, I'm a laugh smart and mad facing little son of a gun, but I'm smart, and quantum physics is an obsession of mine. And now I understand why. Because like I said, it has everything to do with our world and the world that our Father has created. You exist in multiple realms. There are at least 7. The higher you are, the brighter it is, because you're what? You're closer to Yah. The lower you get, the darker it gets. In fact, in the lowest realm, in this darkest realm, there is no light. And the light, once you come to realization what light actually is, the ether, the breath of Yah, the light, my friends, is the word of our Father, of Yah. And in the lower realms, that is what they're lacking. They do not have the truth, the proof, or the word of our Father, i.e., they do not have the light. And in the lowest realm, I'm going to do a video on this because remember, I have proof of all of this. It's where your demons hide. It's where your demons hide. Y'all, I am here to tell you, once I realized what was going on and I could visualize and see it all beyond the veil, thousands of you went along with me on this journey. You guys saw it firsthand in my lives on my backup account. And just the other day in my live on this account, many people got to see beyond the veil as well. They got to see the scary realm, the darker realm that I had been flung into. How did that happen, Auntie? Because of the mockers and scoffers, their comments in my life. That was enough to lower me down into the dangerous demonic realm. They also got to see the demons, but they also got to see God. I digress. I'm running out of time. I knew I intentionally had to go down into the lower realms to do work, and I didn't know what to do or how. Sin does it, but I also knew that medication would do it like that. And it does. These monks know that certain ones of us are here for a certain purpose. Part of that purpose is intentionally going down into that lower realm and doing our work. Taking the breath of our Father, the word, the truth, to those lower realms. Healing the things in the darkness. Your biggest enemy in this life has not been the demons, but it's been you. The you left behind down there. The one that has no light. This is why the monks had methamphetamine. And this is why children should not have it at all.
Don't worry, no more for me.